This guy has produced videos exposing trading gurus, and the trading channel has ended up in a couple of those videos. Now, let me start off by saying I have no problem with this guy or with anything that he is trying to do with his channel. I just think he's pointing at the wrong person when pointing at me.
Oh, my bad. So you didn't do any of the things I talked about in the video?
But one thing that he did talk about that hit a little hard is there used to be a timer, and above the timer it said space only guaranteed for blank amount of time. Whenever I first put the timer on the page, I did not see it as a way to fabricate demand, but I can see how that would be misleading.
Because that's what you do, Steven, and I'll prove it over and over again since you completely misrepresented the red flags that applied to you, talked about the ones that didn't, and entirely ignored others, probably because the comment section is a touchy subject for you. That makes sense, because I went through it on my phone and found evidence of comment botting that we'll cover right after I do to your rebuttal video what I did to the Trading Geeks video shortly before he deleted it out of embarrassment.
In an earlier video, he pointed out that I made money on YouTube, and he insinuated that I tried to hide that from any of my followers because I was not a profitable trader. At this point in 2023, I would assume that everyone knows how YouTube works. If you don't, essentially, if you have a decent following, get a large amount of views, and you have your channel monetized, you are making money. And even though it's not something I've shared, I've just always assumed that people knew I was making money from YouTube. And the crazy thing is the amount a channel makes is essentially public information. You can go to this free site, socialblade.com. So let's type in my channel, the trading channel, and let's see what the estimated revenue is of my channel. It says between $350 and $5.6 thousand. By the way, that's off. We doubled that in last month.
So you're acting like my video was just that YouTubers make money, instead of it obviously being about how finance and trading videos make over 50 times more money than other topics. Then you say it's public knowledge how much money trading channels make, right before saying that the real number is double what the estimate says, completely contradicting yourself. You are misrepresenting everything I say to make your own position seem more reasonable. And doing this works on almost everyone. Unfortunately for you, you chose the one person that doing this doesn't work on. In case you didn't notice, he completely cropped this slide to misrepresent and hide what it's actually about, which is videos like his about becoming profitable in 30 days with a chart pattern strategy. You are catering to the dream of getting rich quick. If you're the profitable trader that you say you are, according to the one Myfxbook that you linked, where you hid most of the information, including the account balance, then you know that profitability can't be achieved in 30 days.
Throughout the year of 2023, we're up about 34.95%. So we can round that up to about a 35% return so far in stocks in 2023. Again, utilizing the exact same systems, strategies, techniques, and skills that I teach here on the channel and in the TTC Forex University.
I bet for a split second that you thought that looked impressive. You, the viewer. But just like his response to my video, he's misleading you once again. He selected a moment in time where the market has only gone up and used his investment returns to promote his paid course. Except it took me 16 seconds to find an ETF that is almost identical to whatever he's invested in. Anyone can select a moment in time to appear good at anything. I wonder why he didn't do this for 2022 when everything went down. Finance is the easiest way to mislead people because there's enough data to push any possible narrative you can think of. You genuinely have to be one of the worst investors to not have done well in 2023. I mean, the year literally started at the bottom and went up from there. Oh yeah, I'm in? Well, let's see how you did. Yeah, that's right. I'm an idiot and made 79% in the exact same time span as him. Except you don't see me showing this information in a YouTube video like Steven does as an advertisement for whatever this even is. Steven's self-titled $10,000 course for only $300 a month, which is funny because he must have realized he could be making way more money from beginners by doing a subscription model. Since a few months ago, he was doing a one-time $1,500 quarterly $300 payment, whatever. I don't even know what's going on here. There's clearly more money to be made through monthly subscriptions.
Yes, I have an online course that I sell, which means I have an online business, and in that business, I use marketing. Marketing is how any business is run.
I'm not sure why Steven and the other people have interpreted my video as just saying marketing is evil. Never said that. Well, I mean, Steven's doing it because he's just completely misrepresenting my actual points in order to make himself sound reasonable, but for the other people, I don't know what they're doing.
A lead magnet would be something like the beginner course that I have that we offer. I see that as something very valuable to beginners or struggling traders.
Wow, no way. The guy who uses lead funnels like free courses meant to get you to buy a course thinks that lead funnels are actually very good and valuable. Who could have predicted that? I'll tell you exactly how valuable they are. Maybe 4%, because maybe 4% of people who get the free version end up buying the paid version, which is why the free version exists.
I see that as something very valuable to
Okay, I'll actually apologize to the few gurus where limited space is actually real. I'll also casually just throw out there that I've been emailed by several companies wanting me to do paid products and services while they offered to do all of the actual management with customers and pretending to be me so I don't have to do anything. To those that aren't just paying someone to pretend to be them, I'm sorry that I said the limited space in your mentorship was just a marketing tactic.
Now, there were a couple of other things he talked about in these videos that just don't even apply to me. For instance, something called wealth flaunting, which is something I've literally never done on this channel at all, or on Instagram or anywhere else. And another thing was, only showing winning trades. If you've been a part of the channel for a while, you know that I show losing trades all the time.
Yeah, that's why you weren't mentioned in those sections. Except you know what you didn't bring up where you were mentioned? The comment filtering section that had a picture of my comment on your video which has been hidden from your channel for months. If anyone goes to this video, you cannot find my comment. And regardless of whether this is a YouTube glitch or if he's deleting comments or hiding users that could decrease course sales by making him look bad, I'd like an explanation on your comment section, Steven? On mobile YouTube, you can click on a username and it'll show their 3 most recent comments. I was able to use this to find extremely suspicious accounts like this one, posting almost the same comments over and over again. And I mean, just look at this. And believe me, we're going to get into my honest trading coach in just a few minutes. Anyone who's used ChatGPT before would recognize how suspiciously similar this sentence structure is, which I demonstrated by asking ChatGPT to write a thank you note to Steven. Look at the two. It's the same structure with some minor tweaks, but it gets so much worse. While I was spending painful hours going through his comment section, something stood out to me because it was so obviously fake. But the biggest reason I remembered it was because it was written as if a person was actively trying to make up some random nice thing to say in the middle of them writing it. I am grateful to have your channel as a source for having a better relationship with myself and the world around me? Yeah, that sounds great. Let's comment that, said Steve to himself on a fake account. Or someone who loves Steve so much that they're comment botting him with positivity to increase course sales and his reputation. Now, if you want to, I dare you to go through his comment sections. They are so full of obviously fake comments that you'll begin to lose touch with reality. And one thing you'll notice is that almost all of these seemingly fake comments frequently bring up watching the video until the end, an insane amount calling Steven a great coach and teacher, and about 4 to 6 likes on suspiciously written comments. We'd be here forever if I continued on this and showed you more examples, so here's one of my favorite suspicious looking interactions. You break down this intimidating topic into something so simple and easy to understand. I am enjoying this lesson. Thank you. I'm happy to see a Zimbabwean on the comment section. Are you already trading? I'm new. Indeed. Same applies. Quite heartwarming seeing a fellow Zimbabwean. Maybe this is real, but it certainly looks fake to me, and I read thousands of comments as a YouTuber who hides users from my channel all the time for doing fake stuff like this that obviously always ends in someone sharing a telegraph number to some fake broker or whatever. And here's just one example of a strange amount of people calling Steven an honest coach, which you'll also remember is one of the comments being mass spammed by the account I showed earlier. This is not normal commenting behavior in the trading world. Trust me, I'm in it. Some accounts shown here could be real, but to deny that something suspicious is going on is delusional. And to top it all off, what better thing to comment from a fake account in a comment section full of bots praising Steven than to say, wow, I read the comments here. Going to watch all of his videos. So what's up with that? Is all this weird activity in your comment section why you brought up things you weren't mentioned in yet ignored one of the parts that was specifically about you? I guess I wouldn't want to draw attention to my comment section either if it was full of the most obviously fake praise I've ever seen. Now, there's a reason why my video talks about why broker statements are the gold standard to proving profitability, since everything else can be manipulated and faked. And this Myfxbook return is fantastic if taken at face value and not questioned at all. You can read the slide if you want to see how easy it is to game the system, which I came up with in 3 minutes, so I'm sure there's other cool ways as well. If this is all legitimate, that would put him on the short list of profitable traders who prey on the dreams of beginners by pushing the narrative that they can get rich quick. Feel free to show me a single thing that can't be learned for free in Steven's course, which now costs $3.5 grand a year. If Steven is a profitable trader, and if his system isn't fully systematic/rules-based, he would know that discretion is what makes it work, which is something that cannot be learned externally through a course, video, or book, because if you could describe it, you could automate it. So what exactly are you selling, Steven? That's right. You're selling the dream of getting rich quick, as proven by your YouTube titles and thumbnails, all while acting like you're different from the others in my video and that you do all of this because you want to help. You're making millions of dollars from failing traders who are paying you because you've tricked them into thinking you have all the answers. You can lie to the famously gullible finance and trading community, but I want you to know that I see right through you and to know that I know you know I know. So maybe you are profitable, or maybe you figured out how to game Myfxbook to guarantee one account having good performance, which would explain why you only showed it a year after starting it instead of announcing the account at the start. Perhaps you learned from ICT's 2015 performance of losing 97% over 7 months and decided to just privately use it until you could get one account to perform well. I don't know. All I can do is make guesses on why you've hidden information, why you decided to show a Myfxbook account 1 year after starting it, and why you took this route instead of showing us broker statements or a full trade history report. And if you are only now showing your trading performance as of 2023, which is 8 years after the first upload I could find on your channel, does this mean that you weren't a profitable trader during the times you were selling courses on how to trade? I don't know. Because when you do suspicious things, it only creates more questions. But the plot thickens, because in his video here, you see the absolute gain is 82%, but when I checked it 8 hours later, the absolute gain went to 41%. I thought to myself, that's weird. What does that mean? Which brought me to this site that talks about how scammers like to grow a small account before depositing a lot of money into it in order to make it look like the profits were made on a large account. Obviously, if you had 5 $100 accounts, and if you spent 1 year correctly hedging and reversing across these accounts, you could end up with 1 or 2 accounts that performed extremely well. You would want to hide the information about the balances like Steven did to cover up possible evidence for this, because why would you be trading a tiny account if you're really a profitable trader? Now, I'm no expert on this topic, and there could be completely legitimate reasons for everything, but this sure seems like a lot of trouble instead of taking a few minutes to just give us broker statements. And then literally as I was writing that, I refreshed the page and the tracking number is now 5. So I don't know what he's doing. So to recap, the tracking number was 2 in his original video back in October of 2023. It was 3 in the video he released today, January 6th of 2024. It became 4 as I was making this video, which sliced the absolute gain in half. And then it became 5 as I was trying to figure out why it became 4. So, whatever is going on could be nothing weird, but also there's no non-suspicious reason to be doing it this way instead of showing broker statements and just hiding the personal information. Don't make the excuse of not wanting to show money because he already showed his $500,000 investment portfolio. The one with gains he achieved through the skills he teaches on YouTube and in his $3,500 a year course that are the same as the Nasdaq's returns. In case you forgot, Steven completely misrepresented all of the points in the video that applied to him, never even addressed the section dedicated to him about his comment section, and he targets beginners with clickbait titles and thumbnails, pushing the narrative that you can get rich quick, all while claiming he's here because he wants to help and that he's somehow different. Maybe he's profitable, maybe he's not. That changes nothing about all of the points from the video that applied to him, like the one where he admitted that it was misleading of him to put a fake timer on his website. So that's it from me. Take care, and I'll try to make a video about the trustworthy trading influencers at some point in the future. Just remember that everything in trading can be learned for free, and that gurus go through a lot of trouble to appear profitable when it would only take a few minutes to show us their broker statements, even if they didn't go through the hassle of getting them verified by a third party.